friends, Sherry here. You know, using a Google Calendar definitely has its advantages for longevity, and as much as I rely on the old school methods, I do rely heavily on my online calendar as well. I can house everything in the calendar and link all of it to my resources. So next year, when I'm looking at what I did when, I have quick access to all of my documents. Let me just show you how easy this is. If you already have a Google account, simply sign in and move to the waffle or grid in the top right corner. If you don't, this is a very easy and free way to compile everything all in one place. Simply go to calendar.google.com or google.com/calendar. Let's go over just a few of the settings that you'll find first. By default, you can see we go to a monthly view. Let's change that to a yearly view since we are unpacking a year. Now we need to create our calendar. I know it says create here at the top left, but that's to create an event. So we're going to scroll down to where it says other calendars, click the plus sign, and new calendar. We'll title it and create. And you'll see over in the left side, there is our new calendar. There are many settings that you can choose. Some may interest you more than others. For example, if you would like to create a calendar for big events, expos, rehearsals, performances, or even assessments for your parents, you can create a shareable link. Simply click it and share with your parents. It does not give them editing rights unless you select that. Let's say you want to share your calendar with your colleagues, your department or team for planning and scheduling. Right here, you can add their addresses, give them editing rights, and send. You can even get notifications every time something is changed in the calendar. You can integrate this calendar with others, or integrate other calendars into this one. Google Calendar has many features. We're going to focus on event planning and organization. For this video, I'll focus on the month of November. As I mentioned in our last video, our school has a very large Veterans Day performance that involves most every teacher in some capacity. And right around the corner is our holiday concert and parades. So let's get some events into our calendar. Simply click on the date, and you can start adding information. Now you can also come over to here to create, get the same idea. We can add a time for our event. There we go. We could add guests, add our location, and save. So once we have our date in here, we can always go back and edit some things. Now, this is my favorite part. I can come down here and add descriptions to things. So just as a reminder, maybe something that might not be in our program. Our guests will arrive at 9:30. And our breakfast begins at 10 o'clock. Our procession into the auditorium, and the program begins at 11. In addition to those notes, I can add attachments. So I already have a concert program and some of the speeches that some of the kids will give. So I can have this all right in our calendar. Kind of a one-stop shop for everything. And now, next year and the years to come, I can come back and reference this, and I'll be able to find everything. In the previous video, I talked about the 4 assessments that I have planned. So let's add some details to this. I know I mentioned October 6th is a good halfway point between the beginning of the school year and when our performance is. So I'm going to make this our midway assessment. And I don't really need a time or event. I can save it. Now I can always go back and edit and maybe add a rubric in there. I can send this out on a shareable link, and students and parents now have the rubric and an idea of when their tests will be. Now you have all of your activities in a calendar location to reference from year to year. Not only do you see your events in the calendar, but you have all of the details that go along with it. Assessments, rubrics, programs, all in one place to reference easily and accessible for the future as well. I hope this video was helpful to your unpacking and planning for the school year. Remember, the more you plan, the easier your year will be, and avoid any burnout or exhaustion later in the year. I'll see you in our next video where we discuss how to organize your information in Google Drive. I'll see you there, friends.